A wide, dense back completely changes your physique. It makes your waist look smaller, your shoulders look broader, and even in a t-shirt, your back stands out. And I know every guy wants that aesthetic back. But the thing is, brother, with well over 15 plus muscles in your back, it's not as simple as hitting your chest and arms, which is why so many people mess it up. And then also your genetics come into play. Take me for instance, my skinny white boy genetics didn't exactly make it easy. Barely any V-taper for years, and my back barely grew, even though I was doing all the right exercises on paper. Fast forward to now, my back has completely transformed. It's wider, thicker, more defined than ever, and the crazy part is, it only took me understanding that I need to hit these 5 key areas with exercises. But only if your form is on point, you train with intent, and you train to at least close to failure. Nowadays, I'm an online coach, and I've worked with multiple guys to do the same, to go from an underdeveloped back to serious gains, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. If you're watching this video as eating one of your meals, sit back, enjoy the food, and let's get it, because I promise you apply this advice and we're going to change that back, broski. So let's get it. Before we jump in, let's talk about why back training is tricky. With a single muscle group like the chest, it's pretty simple. You just need that muscle to fire, but with your back, there's so many muscles that are stronger than other ones that dominate, leaving that weaker one underdeveloped, which is what we don't want, boys. So let's break down the back together of the muscles that we're actually going to be training with a little bit of simple anatomy. I promise you, I'm not going to bore you here, because I just want to tell you the basics. So the key muscles that we need to target when training our back are the latissimus dorsi, aka the lats, which build the wide muscles on the side of your backs that give you that V-taper. And then we got the trapezius, aka the traps. This is the upper and the middle and the lower traps, controlling spinal movement and a lot of your posture. Then we have the rhomboids between the shoulder blades and help retract your shoulders. And then we have the erector spinal, which runs along the spine, stabilizing and extending your back. Following on, we have the teres major and the posterior delts, which assist in the rotation and pulling movements. So they all play a part within back training. Now you know the muscles we're trying to train, let's use some simple biomechanics to show how you can tweak each exercise to make sure you're hitting that right area. Let's start with the lats. This is what gives you that classic V-taper, and for most guys, lats are the most undeveloped muscle, because that's what it was for me, and for most people that I work with, it's always the case. Because take me for example, even after years of training my back, my bicep, forearms, and some parts of my back grew, but my lats barely changed. And that's because they're a very small muscle group, and you also can't see your back when you're training it. So many guys struggle to connect with your lats, and if you can't feel your lats working at all, 9 times out of 10, there's something wrong with your form, setup, or intensity. The fix is stop thinking of the lats as one big muscle group, split them into upper and lower, and the movements that you need to hit both of these areas is a vertical pull and a horizontal pull, as you can see in these 2 movements. Let's tackle the lower lat first. This is the area that most people struggle with, because most people go straight into a standard pull down despite the name. Lat pull down isn't actually the most effective way to really hit your lats, because you need to have these slight tweaks to make sure you can hit the lats. My favorite movement to hit the lower part of the lat is this single arm D-handle lat pull down variation. And with the bench, it allows you to create a lot of stability, and the goal of this exercise is to drive that elbow into your pocket. And you got to think, with any sort of back variations, the way you train your back depending which way your elbow is going. With lats, you want to make sure it's coming round your rib cage. So you want to focus, you're dragging that elbow all the way down into your pocket, nice and controlled. It's not about using momentum, it's about using control and training till failure. Next up, we got the upper lats, and the crucial part here is to build that V-taper. And the thing is, most people struggle because their traps take over, or they let their bicep do most of the pulling. So what you want to focus on here is that shoulder in a fixed position again, and all you're doing is letting that elbow glide along the side of your rib cage into your pocket, but coming from a horizontal position this time. With any lat movement, I like to remove the term pulling and think you're trying to drag with the elbow along the plane of motion, and then that is an easy cue to make sure you're hitting the right area. Trust me, try that and it will work an absolute treat. And then that's your lats boxed off. Then moving on to the bigger muscle groups, we've got traps and rhomboids, and these need to be hit in slightly different positions. Due to the traps going all the way along the body, we've got your upper, mid and lower, and then with your rhomboids, they're actually placed underneath your traps. But to hit these, you need to do similar movements as well. So let's run through them. To hit the upper portion of the trap, all you need is some sort of shrug, and that will make sure you're targeting that area. Hit the mid and lower, that can be targeted by a horizontal row. There's many different row variations you can choose from in this position, so pick one you like, you enjoy, and you can connect well with. and then make sure you're progressing that and training till failure. To hit the rhomboids, which are the small muscles between your shoulder blades, and the main job of them is to squeeze the shoulder blades together. These will also get trained as well in a pulling variation, but you want to make sure you're retracting your scapula in order to hit them efficiently. As you can see, like the movement that I'm doing on the screen, that allows you to make sure you're actually training the right muscle group, because if you keep your upper back in a fixed position, this will not hit them as directly as you could. And then we have the erectors, and this is the muscle along your spine that allows you to get that dense lower back, which lots of people neglect. But this keeps your back very straight and strong and injury free, so I wouldn't neglect it. Best exercise to train this are definitely deadlifts, but I know not everyone gets on well with them straight away, so make sure you focus on building up the form and the technique properly. My favourite exercise is definitely RDLs for this, or just the standard deadlift, but other options are good mornings or back extensions if you just want to use a machine. And then to finish off, we've got the teres major and rear delt, which is technically part of the shoulders, but it's within the back portion, so I'm including it within this video. To hit the teres major, that can be hit within a pull down variation where your arms are out to the side, for example a standard lat pull down, or you can see this hybrid sort of pull down that I'm doing right here. To hit the rear delts, my favorite exercise is probably a reverse pec deck fly, or you can use a reverse fly on the cable machine. As long as you hit those 5 key areas like I said, and make sure you focus on your form, technique, and master those 2 variables, and hit them twice a week, making sure your diet's on point and recovering well, and I guarantee you will build that aesthetic Greek godlike back that you truly want. If you want more videos like this of getting jacked, YouTube recommends you watch this next video and hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one, brother.